Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Kenya is a key player and a signatory to the East Africa community. So, we are part of this community. That means that if you are in this member state, then you have at least a space to move freely and do your business. Free movement of goods and services among the member states. Now, with all this, again, we are all aware about the new war on the milk from Uganda to Kenya. We know very well there is a political fight in Kenya here. And because some of the business to do with the milk is touching on Uhuru Kenyatta, and this regime is determined to bring down the Kenyatta business, they went to an extent of blocking milk from Uganda, especially the powder milk. Now, with all that, Uganda is now raising a warning to Kenya over the milk deal. Uganda government is warning Kenya and South Sudan of unfair trade practice that are affecting business in their country. So, the third Deputy Prime Minister of Uganda, Rebecca Kadaga, for those who know her, I think formerly she was the Speaker of the National Assembly. She's also doubling as the Minister for East Africa Community. She was attending the Business and Investment Summit and Expo 2023 of East Africa, and this is where she was revealing the unfair practice that Kenya is now taking on the member state. She is registering the protest from Uganda. So according to Kadaga, which is also the Ugandan government position, is that Kenya milk deal was one of unfair practice. The minister was wondering on the motive of Kenya at first place allowing the milk, then later stopping that same deal to do with the milk. At first place, how did you allow it? Then what made you to stop that deal? Yet this is a member state. So they have been constantly changing the milk importation, which is now, according to her, harming the economy of Uganda and disrupting the business and the economy at large. That's what she's talking about. So this is now touching on farmers, wafugaji wa ng'ombe. Now we come to also processors, those who are in the business of processing milk. It is also touching on the packaging factories. So those packaging factories are also affected. To an extent, more than 200 people were laid off in Uganda. So by one order from William Samoei Ruto, because of political difference with Uhuru Kenyatta, 200 people lost their job in Uganda. And the minister is here issuing a warning. I will not go into the issue of South Sudan because they're talking about maize, and the Sudan is saying that the maize that was imported to their country was poor standard. So I will just deal with the issue of Kenya, because we have to understand if Uganda is now reacting to William Ruto's position of stopping milk from Uganda, what does this one mean for Kenya as a country? That is what we want to look deep into. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, because Uganda is raising this issue, and through their minister, in fact, for East Africa community, then it means Kenya is going against the agreement they have for free movement of goods and services across the member state in East Africa, they are breaching the contract or the agreement. Breach of agreement. But again, did Ruto consider other consequences of trying to stop milk from Uganda just because he has his differences with Ruto? Not Ruto, Uhuru. Did Ruto consider that? What does this one mean for Kenya? Because it is not only Uganda that is importing goods to this country. Not importing, exporting. Kenyans are also exporting goods to Uganda. The same way Uganda is exporting goods to Kenya. So as long as you are trying to stop their business, what do you mean by this? That means Uganda will also look for on other means to now start revenging. If they are revenging, it means also Kenyans in one way or another, their businesses are going to be targeted. Wakianza kutarget hivyo inamaanisha some people in this country will be forced to lose their job. Some companies are going to lay off their staff because the market is now shrinking. The same way, because you know, when Uganda was exporting milk to this country, they realized there is a market, there was demand. And because of demand, you expand the business to meet the demand in the market. Because of that, more people were employed. You need more machine. You need to expand your entire business. That happened because there was a promising customer and a demand. So the supply was to be increased to meet the demand. But after the supply was increased, what happened? Wana block biashara. Inamaanisha someone is going a loss. Pia Wakenya wajipanga kupitia hiyo. If Uganda now is raising this issue, and then siasa zile za kawaida ziendelee, waendelee kupeana ufunga macho ni kama uoni, ufunge masikio ni kama usikii. Kenyans will suffer in one way or another because their business will be touched. But beside this, another huge deal, Uganda is a landlocked country. Because of that, Kenya has been a very key player in terms of where they are receiving their goods, imported goods. Zinapitia Mombasa, zinapita hapa, zinaenda paka Uganda. Hata siku nyingine tuliona Uhuru alikuwa amewapea mahali pa kujenga their own inland port. So that when they get their goods, they can wanaweza pangia hapo kwa dry port yao, then from there waendelee na safari yao. Because Uhuru wanted Kenya to retain that business. The more they import through Kenya, the more gain Kenya is getting. Kuna some of the taxes they give here, a huge income. Now you start disrupting this order because of these petty politics. You end up losing in a huge way. What if Uganda will protest and make a decision to start receiving their goods through Tanzania? Sababu si Kenya peke yake ndio iko na hiyo uwezo. Tanzania wako hapo. Na kupitia kwa Tanzania, Tanzania inaguzana na Uganda. Wanaweza ingiza hapo mizigo yao ipitie kwa Lake Victoria ifike huko. Hata ipita na barabara ifike huko. So wakati Ruto alikuwa ameamua ni mambo ya kubishana na kupigana kisiasa. Alikuwa amejua inaweza fika at this level. And who is the biggest beneficiary? Na nani is the biggest loser? Uko na shida ya kulipa madeni hapa. You are looking for money. You are overtaxing Kenyans. Then, because of petty politics, you end up losing a huge deal. Tunaenda wapi sasa? So who are these people advising William Ruto? Who are these advisors? Is it the advisors who are getting it wrong, or it is Ruto who is not listening to the advisors? Where is the intelligence? Yes, Uhuru might have business in Uganda, which is okay, but that business has employed Ugandans. Imewajiri kazi. Kuanzia kwa mkulima, ukuja kwa processing plant, ukuja kwa packaging companies, then ukuja kwa supplying chain. Hiyo yote ni watu wameajiriwa kazi, then they lose in this way. So this is a clear warning, and Museveni is sending the warning through the minister. Habari ifikie hii serikali. Kama wataendelea na hiyo mtindo, and the other day we saw Uhuru was in Uganda, of course. He met Uganda president. That means there are many things they have discussed about, including even business and laying off of the staff. So Uganda is now raising this issue. Siasa za Kenya, msivukishe mipaka mpeleke Uganda. Wakati unaanza kuvukisha mipaka ukipeleka huko, uangalie pia the consequences. Ni Nyazi peke yake itaumia ama hata nyinyi mtaumia at the position. So this is a warning from Uganda that you should not disrupt our economy because of your politics. Let us do our business in peace, and you continue doing your business in peace. We have agreement, let us respect the agreement. When you break the agreement, you give us an opportunity to start now questioning your motive. And because of that, there will be reciprocate.